guys, DPX here, and recently I did the top 20, both 20 through 11 and 10 through 1 of the best games of all time, with a few exclusions. I didn't include any games released this console generation. I didn't include like games that go on forever or games that just like I don't know. I don't really know how to describe the other games, but not that's not to say that those 20 games that I had on the list were the only games I was considering. There were so many games I was considering to be on the list. It almost wasn't even a top 20. It could have been a it could have even been a top 50. I'm not even kidding. So, yeah, the first I'm going to talk about each honorable mention because there's quite a lot of them. I'm going to talk about each honorable mention, starting with this one that you see right now, Fallout 3. Fallout 3 was actually so close to being on the list. Actually, when I started recording for the video, this actually was on the list. It was before I got to it. It was before I got to this game where I changed it. Because, like, the order was a bit messed up. I had, like, Metroid Prime was in the top. It was in like 20 through 11. It should have been in the top 10. Only made it to top number 10 though. And then Last of Us was in the top 10. So it's Chrono Trigger, and they should have been in the top 20 really. Also, guys, watch my list. Like, watch it, please. I want you to watch it because this won't make any sense if you don't watch the other two videos. Or eventually I'll just combine them into one video on my extra channel and you can watch that. But as right now, they're two separate videos. So yeah. So I I just and also Mass Effect 2 was not on the list. Then I actually was gonna make Super Mario Brothers 3 and Super Mario Bros. Super Mario Bros. 3 and Super Mario World, share a spot on the list. But like I realized you can't do that. Because like if I was gonna do that, then like you might as well have put Super Mario 64 also in that entry, and then put another Mario game I'll talk about in a bit in that same entry as well. And why not just put the entire Mario franchise there? It's like, yeah, it just left it how it was, and I had to remove the game that could have gotten taken out, and that was this game. But it's still a great game. It's like really massive. There's a lot of stuff to do in it. It may feel empty, but it's kind of what they were supposed to feel. It's what they were going for. So yeah, next game. This is another game that just didn't make the cut. And by the way, I spent too much time talking about Fallout 3. I should probably speed this up. So yeah, Red Dead Redemption is another game I really considered, and it really did kind of like hurt to take it off the list because it's such a great game, and I'm telling you, it's a perfect 10. It's the story, the campaign, the characters, even the visuals are great. The reason why it didn't make the list, I don't know. It just didn't make the list. The other 20 games on there were more that just made the cut instead of this game. There's not really much to this one other than that, so I'm just gonna move on. This next game is Super Mario Galaxy 2. Sorry about the tomato cam that you can see. I used my this was a Let's Play I did a few years ago. Uh, I used my camera. So yeah, Super Mario Galaxy 2 is, I'm telling you, it is one of the greatest games ever made, and it totally deserved to be on the list. You know, I had 3 other Mario games on the list. Also, before you say anything, Mario is not going to be the only franchise to have more than one game on the list. That just happened that way. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's. I had 3 other Mario games on the list, and the others were better. This is sort of just like Red Dead Redemption. How, like all the games just overcame this one. Sorry if you heard a bunch of noise, because I'm getting comfortable. Oh, whatever. So yeah, this is Super Mario Galaxy was gonna be on the list. It's just I didn't want too many Mario games. All right, moving on. This next game is Doom. Sadly, I don't really have the DOS version, so I was playing the SNES version, but the SNES version is inferior to the DOS version. DOS version's really the better game. But Doom was revolutionary. It sort of created the first person shooter. I mean, sure, Wolfenstein, sort, not Wolfenstein, GoldenEye, why I get those two mixed up, sort of perfected it and also revolutionized the couch co-op style of first-person shooters. But Doom did create first-person shooters. However, it didn't make the list just because I don't know. I guess like GoldenEye, like I said, is just a better game. But yeah, this game is also really deserving. It could have been on the list. It could have been. Just could have been. Okay. Next up is another game that sort of pained me to not include on the list, and it's because it's one of my favorite games of all time. That being Mega Man 2. You know I'm a Mega Man fan, but I couldn't go personal bias here. I went with what is unanimously known as the best games ever made, and you know, Mega Man 2 is one of them, but I don't know, other games just made the cut and this one didn't. It's a great game. Again, I love this game. It's my favorite NES game. Probably my favorite retro game, really. It's such a great game. Just other games ended up making it, and this one didn't. Moving on. And next up is Minecraft. Minecraft is. Uh, this one was also. I'd say every single one of these games were really close to making it on the list, but they didn't. But Minecraft was really close too, and it's honestly it could be the most deserving to be on the list out of every single one of these games because like this was a very revolutionary and very huge game. It was a phenomenon. Everyone was playing it. The sole purpose is that it never ends. See, that was sort of a rule, like that they have to be ending, which does sort of defeat the purpose of it being of all time, but I mean, still, it's a great game. And yeah, it just didn't make the list again because it just it just flat out didn't. That's pretty much the reason for a lot of these games. But I'm still gonna tell you about all these games, and there's only 2 more left. I'll go over the 2 right now. This next game is GTA 3. This game was also really close from being on the list. In fact, at one point, it was on the list. At one point, it was at number 20, but I changed it because I thought Halo 2 should have been at number 20 instead. Yes, if watch the video if you haven't, because I just spoiled a lot of stuff for you. But yeah, no, this doesn't mean that there were no GTA games on the list. There's still GTA San Andreas. You'd know if you watch the video. Watch the damn video. The damn 2 videos. And look, there's a cop chasing this guy now. Yeah, this game was really good. It was sort of the 3D platformer killer. It wasn't really a 3D platformer, nor was it like so bad that it killed 3D platformers, even when it wasn't a 3D platformer, because it's not a 3D platformer, and it's one of the best games of all time. It was sort of the first game where you can just roam around and do whatever you want. Sorry. Like, that's not a platformer. So yeah, one of those games. We got one more game, and that game is... So, this is the last game. There are actually a few more games, but I'm not going to talk about them. Especially since there are no specific games. But this game, Super Metroid. Yes, there's supposed to be 2 Metroid games as well. There just happened to be one. This one wasn't because there's already Metroid Prime. This one was again just because, I don't know, like the other games already made the list. There are just like 20 better games. I'm not quite sure like which of these, what was it, 8 games I just talked about. Well, I don't know which one's better than which. They're all pretty good. So like this one would have made the list. Really, I don't have a whole lot to say about this game. So yeah, that's it for this video. Be sure to like this video, comment, subscribe, and watch my damn top 20 already. Jeez, I'll probably link them on the end screen card thing at the end of the video. But seriously, watch them. Alright, goodbye guys.